So hi, this is Chris. So in this presentation, I'm going to present what I learned from the Disney Resorts Paris case study. So there are going to be 5 parts in this presentation. So the first part, according to the mailman, so the second part is mainly cater family as a visiting reunions, which including the architecture, landscaping, customer personnel, and rice sales, food service, and merchandise. Uh, all the things are included. So, as specific for Disney Paris, so the company were aiming for the whole European market because the European market was well aware of Disney's park in US, and more than 2 million European already visited park in US before its opening in Europe, which is a brand reputation already built. And specific for the whole vision of Disney theme park, Disney has tried to create memorable and entertaining experience for tech customers by creating imagery, animated characters, and products to customers that focus on fun imagination and service which could create diversion from the stress of work and real life. And let's analyze the choice of a location. I would say before Paris was the best location choice compared to another elected countries because millions of people were staying a few hours drive from the park location, and more number of people giving positive reaction to its opening in France, and was the incentive provided by French authority, and location was well connected to transport link, and climate concerns was allayed by the success of Disney's Tokyo, and Paris was highly attractive destination, and European generally like more vacation towns than American. And but from the current aspect, I think it's definitely a wrong choice because Disney's Paris has been suffer from many culture shock and serious impact from unexpected situation such as fluctuation of the US dollar and the economy recession and the decline price in the real estate market. And the culture shock might include the misunderstanding of the Paris traditional culture behavior, eating culture, and so on. And let's talk about what did this is change when it constructs European business. So, like the things of the Wild West imagine of America was included in the rise and hotel designs, which based on the view of the European people, how did they see the American image before. And this is emphasized on European heritage of many Disney's character and discover land fiction storyteller from James Verne and French author, and Cinderella was located in the French Inn. Even in the option of foods, more variety were introduced in the restaurant than just American fast food, and Disney tried to make waiting in the queue tolerable. Extra diversion from the film and entertainment were planned for the visitor as they wait for rides, and most of employees are hired from French. So, and second, let's see what the Disney's not change when they construct European Disney's. So Disney's do not change its grooming standard for casting member or through the waste lots of criticism from the local press. Even in the rise, few aspects were modified, but rise everything remained the same as the opening of a roller coaster, Indiana Jones, and the templates appear. And park was in seas the equality for free was not appreciated by French. Staff also complained about management's not changing its way to deal with European workers, as working style was also keep the same. And then let's look at the main issues. There's gonna be three main issues in the presentation. So the first part is Disney underestimates that culture difference will have a significant impact on the success of the park, which was reflected in planning, management, marketing of the theme park. First, Disneyland ignited neglect to examine local market and culture in its initial planning and forecasting, as planning was based heavily on the success of Disney's Japan and European visitor to United States. Second, Disney is seeing Europe as a whole country, and but people in different parts of Europe have different culture and habit, which could cause a problem mentioned before, such as culture difference, behavior difference, diary difference in employee regulation and standard. According to the growth, the problem also lie in marketing strategy, which Euro Disney is misrepresented to the customer. The result was advertised in American style of the bigness and extravagance. And the second one is the lack of effective contingency plans. According to the historical background of the Disney's Paris, the company since had lack of contingency plan tackle the unexpected situation. According to events and rents, a good company need to have a well-developed risk management plans and response strategy to minimize and control the risk and its potential impacts on business. However, Disney's Paris has not been able to respond well to unexpected situations in history, such as 1992 European economy crisis, which caused increased interest rate, decrease in real estate market, operational mistake, and the final one is financial problems. So, financial problems has been a major problems for Disney's Paris since the company opened, which is why I believe Disney stakeholder and bank and the French government would not make the same decision to go ahead with this project if they could win the clock back to the 1987. According to you, despite the revenue slowly improve, the high debts, losses, and maintenance costs of the theme park far outweigh the company's profits, which greatly limit the future developments of the this Disney's Paris. Furthermore, poor planning and inadequate pre-construction research were also the main trigger for the financial crisis that brought the park to the brink of bankruptcy just after beginning. As a result, Europe Disney's lost nearly 1.3 million in its first 2 years of operation, which led to negative publicity resulting in decline in visitor number. And otherwise, the declines in French GDP, which from 1992 to 2004 led to decrease in the possible incomes of the French population and declines in spending power. And many countries in Europe faces same problems. So finally, I'm going to present some recommendation for the Disney's Paris. So the first one is reduce the negative impact of the culture difference. So in order to avoid the negative effect of the culture difference, the company operation and process should be designed to fit in the local culture. The change need to be reflected in the internal management of the employee and external market needs of the customers. So company need to increase the number of local senior decision maker to make the company internal management and marketing decision more responsive to the local need. And the company need to improve the communication with the employee to receive feedback from them so that their suggestion can be incorporated in the design operation process to make products and service more relevant to the local culture. Externally, the company need to express the effective communication with the customers, try to provide personalized and culturally relevant experience for its customers. So the second one is reevaluate the business strategy to improve the financial performance. So the company need to strive to reduce unnecessary financial expenditure, such as reducing the scale of the operation as much as possible during the off season and the period of the economic downturn, while focusing operation on the main profitable project area. Second, the company need to attract the customer groups in other market segments instead of just mainly focus on the family group, such as international students who study in Europe because they tend to travel around Europe during their break. And that's it. Thank you for watching. So the final page is my referencing list.